we are going to help you pick the right test for you. Let's start by clearing something up. You should not prepare for the SAT and ACT at the same time. Sure, some of the content does overlap and the redesigned SAT looks a lot more like the ACT, but we strongly suggest that students focus on one test at a time. If students prepare for one test and cannot achieve their target score, despite giving it their all, then they can explore taking the other test. But please, one test at a time. Now, how do you decide between the two tests? Both of these tests are accepted by all colleges that require admissions tests. The decision comes down to the student's learning style and personal preference. One important factor to consider when deciding between the tests is speed. Students must answer more questions on the ACT than the SAT in a similar amount of time. So start by asking yourself, do I work quickly? Consider your testing experience in school. If you generally finish tests and turn them in within, say, the first 1/3 of students, then you should be able to handle the quick pace of the ACT. If you're not a student who works quickly, you can improve your pace with time practice. Just know that a slower pace can be an impediment to achieving a high score on the ACT. One major difference between the tests is the inclusion of the science section on the ACT. Important question, what are they really testing on the science section? If you said, well, science, duh, you're actually wrong. Sure, there is a need for basic science knowledge, like the boiling and freezing temperatures of water. However, what students really need to know is how to read tables, graphs, and diagrams. The questions sometimes even tell you where to look. Keep in mind that while the SAT does not have a standalone science section, there are a few questions involving tables and charts woven into the math, reading, and even the writing and language sections. One critical factor to consider is that based on our analysis, the grade level of the reading content on the SAT is considerably higher than on the ACT. Ask yourself this, how many high school students are reading at a college sophomore level? 1 in 10? 1 in 50? With that in mind, the SAT is probably not the right test for students who really struggle with reading. Students can improve their reading level over time. They've been doing so their whole lives. It just takes time and practice. Now for the math. The SAT math section has de-emphasized geometry and is now quite algebra heavy. A major focus is the equation of a line. If your son or daughter loves algebra, the SAT might be a better fit. However, if your child is a more well-rounded math student, he or she might prefer the ACT. Are you still not sure which test is a better fit for you? We recommend taking a practice SAT and ACT to help you decide. If you've taken the PSAT and recall your experience with it, you could just take the ACT test and compare your results. If you scored better on one of the two tests, or if you preferred the format of one test over another, you've got a great clue to help you decide which test is right for you.